but so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the prairie, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the brave, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxSpeed TV.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that ready for whatever. We gon' have to show them something, man. Let me see them hands up all the way front back. You don't understand that I'm doing what you can't with no cap. This is the return of the one. You ain't see him coming, you just heard drums. They've been ready for the battle. Any person that comes got the weight of the world on them. Yeah, they're too strong. I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is, are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the... Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that... Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback? Now I see you with your bad self. If you're into taking L's, then I can't help. I'll be the self-made champ, look at my belt. I built this all from the ground up, this all by myself, y'all know. This is the return of the one. You ain't see him coming, you just heard drums. They've been ready for the battle, any person that comes got the world on them, yeah, they're too strong. I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is, are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the... Ha. Are you ready for the comeback? You know we don't want that. Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
That's right, folks. We are back live once again here on MaxSpeed TV. OP Racing Premier Series presented by Buttkicker, live from Talladega Superspeedway. Man, welcome everybody. About 5.5 minutes left of practice. Hope everybody is doing well and ready for some great side-by-side three-wide racing here at Talladega. Got a few people out there watching already, so appreciate everybody. Of course, our mods out there monitoring the chat. Logan Detweiler out there. How are you doing, Logan? Of course, Rick Sanchez popping in there with his fee-fi-fo fum again. So I had to respond back to that. So, and then Everett Grover trying to chime in there just a little bit too. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That's tuned in so far. We're going to jump right in to what's going on tonight. We are race number 10 of the regular season. Now, 9 previous races. We've had 9 previous winners, different winners, I should say, throughout the regular season as we start wrapping up, getting ready for the playoffs. It's really tight race right now as far as who is on the cut and who isn't. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let me get, if I can get this thing to work. Here we go, looking at our winners right there on that left side. Brian Wayne, Gabe Butler, Mark Mann, last week's winner. That is Hunter Reynolds, Stephen Luttrell, Josh Ball, Jimmy Reynolds, Jeff Crosby Jr., Steve Korsak, Adam, are 9 winners. Now, Adam Kilday is plus 84 above the cut line. We look on the other side over there. Nate Warren is plus 35. Kenny Real at plus 30. Zach Workman at plus 18. Dustin Loxton at plus 17. And Zach Fritsch at plus 16. Now, you look right here, these next 4 drivers. Richard Kuhn right now just above the cut line, though. But he is barely, because Lynn McNeese is knocking on the door as well as Rick Sanchez and Peter DeBorgia. And then Vicente Guerrero right there at 13 below the cut line. Now, if they are in the top 24 and win, then they are in to the round of 16. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what happened last week. Again, at Daytona, Mark Mann, your winner. Anthony English coming in second. Adam Kilday in a third. Bubba Whittingham with a top 5 finish in a fourth. And Richard Kuhn coming in 5th. Of course, Adam Kilday swept the stages last week, so he got both stage 1 and stage 2. But we're going to go ahead and look at our most points for the last 3 races. Adam Kilday with 107, Mark Mann at 101, Peter DeBorgia at 97, Nate Warren at 96, and Rick Sanchez at 91. Well, we're going to go ahead and get to our pre-race analytics here. We'll pull up this track map, Talladega Superspeedway. We are 77-degree air temperature, 67% humidity, cloudy skies with a 6-mile-an-hour wind. That track temperature sitting about 87 degrees, so it's going to be good track conditions for these guys out here tonight. Of course, big shout out to all the guys here at OP. And we are going to go ahead and look at our teams because we are a team-oriented league here. We're going to start with Team Nerd Esports. That's going to consist of Steve Rudda, Jeff Crosby Sr., Peter DeBorgia, Richard Kuhn, and Dustin Logston. We go to Team CFM, Checker Flag Motorsports. That's Bubba Winningham, David Overstreet, Dave Hunt, Les Levy, and Lynn McNeese. We get into Team Bootknocker. That's Dude Conrad, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, Eric Laurie, and Gabe Butler. Then we get to Team Wicked. That's Andy Brigante, Andrew Schroeder, John Guerrera, Doug Johnson, and Alex Giffen. We get to Team FSR, Fuel Silma Racing, Zach Fritsch, Nate Warren, Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby Jr., and Sean McCara. We get to Team Vendetta. That is Alex Green, Mark Mann, Rick Sanchez, Adam Kilday. Of course, Rick Seabrands, Anthony English, and James Mayer are your part-timers for that Team Vendetta. We get to Team No Presta. That is Josh Ball, Kenny Real, Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Luttrell, Adam Schramm, and then the part-timers of Stephen Miles and Brandon Pfeiffer. Well, then we have a Team Dale Cup. That's Brian Wang, Steve Korsick, part-timers of Freeze and Marin. So that is your teams for Monday Night Premier League, as we got about 30 seconds left of practice, and then we will get going with our qualifying. So it looks like we're going to have a full field tonight. It looks like we got 31 drivers right now. Usually we have about 32, so we'll see what happens and who comes in and who doesn't. I am flying solo tonight. My co-commentator, Mike Taldo, unable to be here. And so it's just going to be me unless I get a surprise visitor in the broadcast booth. But right now, you guys are just stuck with me tonight as the checker flag comes out on practice, as we get ready to go green on the qualifying. And we'll go ahead and get our qualifying bar up here so the times will start rolling in. I see William Luttrell, Lorna Luttrell out there. Of course, Moose Pie chiming in. How are you doing, guys? Good to see y'all. And as we look right now, Rick Sanchez looks like he's the first out on the track. Dustin Logston, Adam Kilday, Jimmy Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds, Peter DeBorgia, and Dave Hunt. Les Levy coming out off of the track, and I need to make sure that my trading paint is working correctly. So they're going to go, the trucks are going to go white for a second and then reload. So I'm hoping that everything gets synced up and what they're supposed to be. Alex Green out on the track. Nate Warren out there as well. I see Dustin Logston in the 81 Nerd Tudes machine out there. Jeff Crosby Jr. out on the track as well. So guys are out starting to get their qualifying times in. With about 3.5 minutes left, we're just waiting on the times to start coming in. Of course, they get a warm-up lap, and then they get their actual qualifying lap. So, technically, it's 2 laps, but only one's going to count towards qualifying. So, and then tonight, we only have 1 fast repair, 2 GWCs. I believe they are running, well, I don't know what they're running on fuel. I want to say they're running the 45%, but I could be wrong on that. Well, Rick Sanchez jumping into that top spot with a 55-20-1. Dustin Logston right behind him. Adam Kilday jumping up to this top spot. Well, there's Hunter Reynolds. Says, you're going to knock my dad out of there. I'm going to take care of that. Hunter on the pole right now. Guys are still out qualifying, so we'll see what happens. Doug Johnson putting in a good lap in the 4th right now. Well, just got knocked to 5th. Zach Fritsch takes over that third place spot. Of course, SDK is acting strange on me. For some reason, it does not like qualify and practice. So we got to give a shout out to a few people here, Nerditudes, for the great SDK overlays. So big shout out to Dustin Locks and Peter DeBorgia and all the guys over at Nerditudes that created the overlay. And of course, we got to thank Chevyland, Chevyland.com in Shreveport, Louisiana, for sponsor for the MaxSpeed TV Green Flag sponsorship. Of course, Buttkicker, they sponsor the league, and the way that what happens there is that the league champion, will get a Buttkicker haptic system for their sim rig. So a big shout out to Buttkicker. I think Mark Mann kind of helped get that going. So of course, big shout out to Mark Mann as well. Well, guys, we are about 50 seconds left of practice, or of qualifying, I should say. And right now, Hunter Reynolds sitting at that top spot. Stephen Luttrell is out on the track, and so is Anthony English as he is coming around that tri-oval. Anthony usually qualifies pretty well, so we're going to keep an eye on him. Josh Ball, though, is coming out on the track. And Stephen Luttrell throwing down a 19th spot qualifying time, so we'll see what Anthony does here. And of course, it looks like several guys are not going to qualify. Well, the checker flag is out. Hunter Reynolds is going to be your pole sitter. He is down here in Team Bootnaka, so we'll go ahead and bring him up to the booth. Hunter, great job on the pole tonight here, buddy. Man, Talladega is a big track. Not a whole lot of tire wear, really, but what are you going to have to do to stay out front and keep these guys in your rear view? Hunter, you got a copy there, buddy? Oh, your mic's mute. There you go.
I'm back. What's up? Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, congratulations. You got the pole, man. Again, Talladega is a wide track, 3 wide easily. Tire wear is not much of an issue here. But, man, what are you going to have to do to keep these guys in that rearview mirror?
Sorry, I had to think about that. I don't know. I'm kind of just gonna maybe block the lanes. I don't know. Try to keep the guy behind me cool. But sometimes at the beginning of the race, I just like to kind of hang out and try to run up front, but not make too many aggressive moves. So yeah, try to stay up front most of the race. That'd be cool. I like to lead laps. Other than that, keep the truck clean. Try not to junk them up, and yeah, that's kind of the game plan, I think.
Well, now, I mean, you've already got a win on the season, and you are in the top 24 in points, so you're pretty much locked in to the playoffs. Just curious, is aggressiveness at this point, at this stage of the season, a top priority, or just more or less staying clean and having good races?
I mean, I like staying clean all the time, even if I'm making aggressive moves, but yeah, I mean, I'd like to win. I don't come out here to just ride. That's why I like to stay up front. But yeah, I got some teammates to help out with some points, and maybe try to snag some more on my own. So we'll just kind of see what the night holds. Like I said, I got some teammates to help out, so I might be back there on that adventure. But we'll see how it plays out.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations on that pole. We're gonna let you guys get going. Y'all are rolling, and we're gonna get through our starting grid. Good luck, buddy.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, got him back down into his team room. Well, let's go ahead and get our grid up here while these guys are coming around. Hunter Reynolds, your pole sitter. On the outside of him in row 1 is Adam Kilday. Row number 2, Zach Fritch. On his outside, Les Levy. Row number 3, Doug Johnson with a good qualifying. On his outside, Jeff Crosby Jr. Starting row number 4, Zach Workman. His outside will be the 16 of Nate Warren. Row number 5, Sean McCara and Josh Ball. Row number 6, Jeff Crosby Sr. and Alex Giffen. Row number 7 is Andrew Schroeder and Rick Sanchez. Row number 8, Adam Schramm, Eric Laurie. Row number 9 is Dustin Loxton and Peter DeBorgia. Row number 10, Stephen Luttrell, Andy Brigante. Row number 11 is Bubba Winningham and Jimmy Reynolds. Row number 12, Alex Green, Dave Hunt. Row number 13, Steve Rada, Steve Korsek. Row number 14, Anthony English, Gabe Butler. Row 15, Mark Mann and Richard Kuhn. And then we're going to have a row 16 of Lynn McNeese. Looks like he is going to be the last driver of the field. As we get ready to go green here, folks, as we come out of turns 3 and 4, you're going to see that truck dive off down to pit road. These guys are stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Going to get to that Geico start zone. And that Chevyland green flag is up in the air. As they come around, here it is, or I should say United Rentals. The Chevyland green flag out, folks. Here we go. Race number 10 of the OP Premier Series right here on MaxSpeed TV at Talladega. As Adam Kilday gets a good start there. But here comes the 26 and the 12. That is Hunter Reynolds and Fritch. Going to get that run on the bottom line. 83 of Doug Johnson down there as well. Yes, it was. Last night was a wild finish, Everett, and man, it was a good one to say the least. And we're already pushing 3 wide. That is Les Levy, Alex Giffen, Rick Sanchez on that outside. Hunter Reynolds and Zach Fritch down on the inside as we get to our drone cam. That is Jeff Crosby Jr., Zach Workman, Nate Warren, and Andrew Schroeder in the middle. And that is kind of loud, so let me try that down just a little bit. Ooh, Josh Ball dropping down to the apron. Not sure if he's just not liking what he's seeing or if he's trying to get back here maybe to some teammates. But nobody is coming up off that bottom line, so he is going to finally rejoin the racing surface. As we get back out to the front, Adam Kilday down to the bottom in front of Hunter Reynolds and Zach Fritch. Jeff Crosby Jr. up there in the middle with Workman, Warren, Schroeder, Laurie. That is DeBorgia and Logston. Now Adam jumping back up to that middle line. Guys are getting a little bit squirrely there. As we come around turns, looks like I think we're in turns 3, 1, and 2. We're coming out of 2 to hit that back stretch. Kind of looking back here, the rest of the field just kind of side by side, not really forcing the issue, as there is another truck going down to the apron. Trying to see who that was. That was the 13 of Andy Brigante. As Les Levy and that outside line, ooh, a little bit of door in there going on. Rick Sanchez dropping it down to the middle. Now Stephen Luttrell out to that outside with Andy Brigante on that third line. That third line just not enough to really get going. So Les Levy drops it back down to that second lane. We're going to see if these other guys follow suit. Now we look back up to the front here. That's Peter DeBorgia, Eric Laurie going out there. Andrew Schroeder jumping out to that third lane as well. We're going to see if they have enough to get a round or get a run. And so far, so good. They are catching up with that top spot as Adam Kildare drops or swings it back out to that second lane. We're going to keep an eye on this 3 wide situation right here for now. They do get a pretty decent run with the 3 trucks, but they just don't have enough. They need a couple more trucks, at least one more with them. Peter Borgia is right on the bumper of that 48 machine. And that gives them the run, but unfortunately, they lose momentum going into the corner. Of course, this is stage racing, so lap 25, the white flag will come out for the stage. Lap 26 will be the caution for the stage end. Of course, if they have a caution after lap 21, then it will be whoever iRacing has at the time of the caution. So we'll keep an eye on that the best we can. Sometimes I miss it because we're looking at the caution, but we'll try to keep an eye on that. We're looking at what caused the caution, I should say. Let's go ahead and get our battle for position right now. Battle for 9th. That is Eric Laurie right there. You got the 027 of Steve Korosek out on that outside line. Again, that 3rd lane, just not enough. But the back up in front, Adam Kildare right behind the 26 of Reynolds. They're trying to get pushed out to the front. They are side by side here. And I am loving this drone cam. The way it looks, keeping up with the leaders. Now we are running about 191. I've seen 195 in the draft, so these guys are cruising pretty good. Again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I see Jeremy out there in chat. Curryberry out there rooting on Steve, but I'm assuming that's rooting on Stephen Luttrell. We got too many Steves out here. We got Stephen Luttrell, we got Steve Korosek, Steve Rada. That's Steve. Okay. Well, let's take a look at Steve Rada's truck. We've been seeing some pretty good paint schemes going on. And Steve in that 03 Nerditudes Ford truck, the Breeze Coffee, looks like Victory Fuel, raceepi.com. Icon Apparel, iRacing flag, all his sponsors on that truck. Good looking trucks out here though tonight, folks. As we get back up on the action, Hunter Reynolds still out front. He does have a Zach Workman there now to his outside. Adam Kildare still right behind him. Zach Fritch, Doug Johnson, the 71 of Sean McCara. And there is the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. coming in the frame, as well as Jimmy Reynolds. Oh, awesome. I haven't really got to talk to Steve a whole lot, other than, you know, just whenever something happens, or if we try to get an interview with him for some reason. Most of these guys, I have to say, are pretty cool guys. They real respectful. You know, a lot of times I don't like to interview people after a wreck or a crash. You know, tempers can be flaring a little bit, but we try to get with them, you know, when we can. Now we are back side-by-side racing, back here from Dustin all the way back to, looks like the 36 of Stephen Luttrell. And then we go single file here with Bubba Winningham, Dave Hunt, Anthony English, Eddie Brigante, Adam Schramm, Josh Ball, Gabe Butler, Mark Mann back here, Lynn McGee's, Richard Kuhn, and Alex Giffen bringing up the tail end of the field. Now Zach Workman out in the lead, had dropped it from that second lane down to the first lane. Everett, you got storms in the area or something, or what's going on? Just close by or coming at you? Well, that 11. Oh, okay. Be safe, brother. Looks like we got some pretty wide back here. Anthony English out to the outside with the one of Josh Ball, the 62 of Les Levy. Took the 87 of Adam Schramm in the middle. Now Josh Ball drops it down, leaves Anthony out to dry, but he decides to go back up. And they drop it back down to that second lane. Obviously wasn't getting enough momentum to get around Les Levy and Adam Schramm. But back up to the front, Zach Workman. Here comes our first green flag pit stop on to lap number 12. So 12 to 13, last to 42 of Peter DeBorgia. Ooh, boy, what a save. Zach Workman, Zach Fritsch, Adam Kilday, Sean McCarr, Jeff Crosby Sr., Peter DeBorgia, Dustin Loxton, Steve Rada, and Richard Kuhn down pit road. Well, Mr. Jeff Brown out there. How you doing, Jeff? Wow, that's right. That's what I was saying. Some of them guys may need a new racing suit after coming on the pit road like that. So 12-13. So far, so good, man. Just a little tired today. Now this other group is coming down pit road now, led by Jeff Crosby Jr. That's Eric Laurie, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, Rick Sanchez, Gabe Butler, Les Levy, Andy Brigante, and Bubba Winningham. And Sean McCarr is still down on pit road. Not sure if he is. There he goes. He must have had some damage to get fixed. I figure that after this lap, these guys will be coming down pit road themselves. Nate Warren, Steve Corsick, Adam Schramm, Andrew Schroeder, Anthony English, your top five. They have Doug Johnson, Alex Green, Josh Ball, Stephen Luttrell, Dave Hunt, Mark Mann, and Lynn McNeese rounding out this group here. Yep, here they come. The only one staying out looks like the 53 of Dave Hunt. Ooh, Steve Korosek going a little sideways. We are bumping and grinding back here. Good recovery between Andrew Schroeder and Josh Ball as these guys are starting to hit their pit boxes now. But that rest of that group all the way back to Lynn McNeese. But Dave Hunt, only one staying out. I guess he is trying to stretch that out as far as he can. Now that's going to spread the field out a little bit. Zach Fritsch, Zach Workman out here by themselves, but Jeff Crosby Jr. and this group working together, closing that gap. They are going around them now. Got more speed to carry them around those two cars. Now here comes Dave Hunt down pit road. Adam Schramm will be the next in line. He is in P2. Well, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Man, it was, I don't want to say busy weekend, but Adam Schramm having some problems. He is going to come back down pit road. But here comes the rest of the field led by Hunter Reynolds. and Zach Fritch. They're battling it out right now. Well, they're going to get around as the 19 of Workman drops it down to the inside in front of Hunter. That's going to put Zach Fritch out to the front. Ooh, Zach almost wasn't clear. Oh, we got a wreck behind them. That's Jimmy Reynolds. Did they save it? They did. I don't know how Jimmy and Josh saved that, but they did save it. Oh, my goodness. Back up to the front. Zach Workman, Zach Fritch. Back and forth up here. Got a little bit of a gap back here. Just past Adam Kilday, but Gabe Butler and Steve Korosek going to close in on that group. The 16 of Nate Warren trying to stay in the draft. Now down at the bottom, though, you got Zach Workman, Hunter Reynolds, and Anthony English. And then Zach Fritch, that is Jeff Crosby Jr., Rick Sanchez, and Adam Kilday in the middle. Gabe Butler, Steve Korosek on that third line. But yeah, I had a pretty decent weekend here at the Lane Hacienda. We had smoked a pork butt, had some pulled pork this weekend. So probably one of my better ones that I've done, and every time I do one, it's just getting better and better every time. So now I got to work on my brisket to get my brisket cooked right. To me, brisket's a lot harder to cook than pork. So Hunter Reynolds is out on that second lane in front of Zach Fritch. Zach Workman, though, getting pushed up there, closing that door to keep Hunter up to that second lane by the 44 of Anthony English. We are lap 18 of 94, getting close to the end of first stage one. Trying to come up with things to say, and we are still green flag racing, though, guys. It is a awesome race so far. Now the field has spread out a little bit. We are back here. Lynn McNeese is the last car on this group, with Jimmy Reynolds, Josh Ball, and Doug Johnson right here. These three cars, they are about 4 seconds behind that lead group. And then Steve Rada, Peter Naborja, Andy Brigante, that is the 3 of Alex Green and the 99 of Alex Giffen. They're closing the gap on that group of 3, about a little over a second behind. And then Richard Kuhn kind of back here by himself, losing a little bit of time on that lead group, just under a second behind. It looks like, though, he's trying to get back into the draft, but it looks like he has lost that. We'll see what happens here. And then Dave Hunt back here by himself, about 11 seconds behind Richard. And then Bubba Winningham and Adam Schramm are back here. And where is Adam's car at? 87. Adam Schramm, oh, he's a lap down. So Eric Laurie is a lap down. Looks like Jeff Crosby Sr. Is the last car on the lead lap. We are at lap 20, back up to the front as the 19 of Zach Workman drops it down in front of the 44 of Anthony English. Hunter Reynolds on the second lane with Rick Sanchez and Zach Fritch. Fritch is right behind Sanchez. Doors the 88 of Gabe Butler. And we got a truck up into the wall. That is the 027 of Steve Korosek. But looks like no caution. But Steve, hard hit on that outside wall. Hi, Belva. Yep, little late, but better than never. Absolutely. Glad to have you out there. Glad to see you. Good to see everybody. Of course, Mike Taldo said he may be watching, but he is having to work, I guess, at, I'm thinking he works at the fire department, so he may be working tonight. So I have no idea. That was crazy. Yep, there's Tally. Well, we are lap 22 of 94, just two laps here, or 3 laps that we will hit. We will hit our stage 1 as the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. goes a lap down. Now looking back here, this next group here, let's see, Adam Kilday, Stephen Luttrell. So that is the 071 of Eric Morey, Adam Kilday, Mark Mann, Sean McCara, and Jeff Crosby Sr. in this group. But right now, Rick Sanchez out to the front, ahead of Zach Workman on that second lane. Got Hunter Reynolds right behind him. Workman and English not letting them get too far ahead as English does push Workman up to the front. So far, it has been a good racing. Well, we're going to wind down this first stage. They should have enough fuel to make it. Sanchez does drop it down to that low line in front of Workman. That's going to open the door for Hunter Reynolds. As we hit lap 24, next time by, the white flag will be out for the stage 1. Rick Sanchez on the bottom with Zach Workman. Hunter Reynolds getting pushed by the 12 of Fritch and the 33 of Crosby Jr. Now, Hunter drops it down to the inside line in front of the 5. Right on his bumper. So is the 19. Now, these 3 trucks are hooked up. As we come around through this tri-oval here, we will be white flag for the stage. Hunter Reynolds, your leader. Sanchez moving out to the second lane, trying to get Zach Fritch to push him out to the front to get the stage win. It's going to be pretty tight right here, but we do have a third lane forming up. Zach Fritch jumping out to the outside. That is him and Gabe Butler, Andrew Schroeder, and the 81 of Dustin Longston. Come into turns 3 and 4. Hunter Reynolds with ever so slight lead on the field. Zach Fritch there in a second. Sanchez in a third. We're 3 wide for the stage finish. Who's it going to be? Looks like it's going to be Hunter Reynolds. We'll see what happens here. Dooring each other to get to the stage finish. And Hunter Reynolds is going to be stage 1 winner. There is a caution for the end of the stage. So your stage winner for stage 1, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. In that Reynolds wrap machine. Zach Fritch in second, Rick Sanchez in third, Gabe Butler fourth, Jeff Crosby Jr. rounding out your top 5 for stage 1. We'll get our stage winner up here in just a moment. But man, so far, great racing by these guys. Some good saves, and again, excuse me, I have to agree with Everett Grover. I don't know how the 88 saved it, and I do not know how Jimmy Reynolds and Josh Ball saved that. They got into each other. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. They got into each other and somehow was managed to regain control as they get caught up to the pace truck. We'll let Hunter get down there to pit road, get his pit stop out of the way, and then we'll bring him up for stage 1 interview. So we're going to turn that off. And again, he is part of Team Buttkicker Esports, along with his dad, Jimmy, Eric Laurie, and Gabe Butler. Again, 18 viewers out there, only 6 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. Also, if you're new to MaxSpeed TV, you be sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell icon, let you know every time we go live. Now, we will be off for a few nights. We will be back live with the double broadcast. Myself covering the OP Thursday Throwback Series. And then Josh Medlock, Jeremy Medlock will be live as well, covering the Josh White Racing Esports. And don't know, is that the Victory X, or is Victory X on a Saturday, Jeremy? Well, let's go ahead and find Hunter, and we'll bring him up to the broadcast booth. Hunter, man, you got stage 1 win. Got to get a few more points there. Awesome job, buddy. A lot of good racing. Seems like there is some give and take out there tonight.
Man, it was awesome. I mean, first of all, good to talk to you again. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it's quicker than recent times, but yeah, stage 1's cool. The racing's awesome out here, man. That was that was a joy of a stage. I mean, good, hard pushing. We were, not wrecking each other, making moves out here. I mean, that was great.
Now, you guys will have to go back and watch the replay, but the little incident between your dad, Jimmy, and Josh Ball, and then Gabe Butler, those 3 saves have to be the saves of the night. I cannot believe they saved it.
I was wondering about that. I mean, I did see a couple of cars get out of shape, but I mean, the fact that they held on to that, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy, but man, awesome job. Now, it's pretty much the same thing for stage 2, or are you going to try to, I don't know, maybe fall back or help some of your teammates out?
I probably should. I might probably stay up here though. So, yeah, you're probably right. I probably should help the boys out, but
Hey, a win's a win, and you know what? If you win tonight, you will be the only repeat winner of the season.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many races have we had? No one's won twice.
Nope, we've had 9 races, and we've had 9 different winners. We've had a new winner every week.
Man, that's wild.
It is.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool. I'm good for 1, maybe 2 a season. So I never know. I got my 1, so I can chalk it up now. So.
Hey, yeah, but you got some heavy competition out there, man. That guy in that 44 machine has been on a tear here lately.
Man, yeah, when Anthony's on, he's on, that's for sure. There's a lot of good guys up here. They're gonna be up front, mixing it up, and it's hard to win out here.
Well, awesome job on the stage 1 win. We're gonna let you go. Good luck for the rest of the race, brother.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, got him back down there. We're gonna go ahead and get this off, and we will get the team off. As we get back going here, we're going to get back going. We're coming down the back stretch, folks. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 1 quick second, but we will be right back. Well, we are back as we're coming out of turn number 4. we get to our United Rentals restart zone for that Chevyland green flag. Okay, so Saturday's Victory X. What is Thursday? We get to the United Rentals restart zone. That Chevyland green flag up in the air. And it is back waving. Back green flag racing for stage 2. Oh, J&K Services Truck Series. Okay. So Jeremy and Josh will be calling that over, of course, on MaxSpeed TV as well. Get back going. Ooh, that is loud. I am sorry about that, folks. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Tally's going to be out there racing Thursday night. Ooh, oh. I don't know what I did right there. But we're going to get back out here. What happened? There we go. I was on the pace car, or the pace truck. Yep. Well, we've got 3 more races for CFM on Sunday night. We've got 3 races to finish for the top 4. And in 3 different vehicles. We'll have the trucks. We'll have the... let me pull it up. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing here. We will have the trucks on 727, the Xfinity cars on 8-3, and the final race will be the Gen 4s at Talladega on 8-10. And that will finish up the CFM season. You know, it could be, you know, I don't know. Pace truck hasn't run very much tonight, so he may be in pretty good shape. We know his tire wear ain't bad. But Jeff Crosby Jr. going to take over the lead from Hunter Reynolds out on that low line. Dustin Logston in a 3rd. Rick Sanchez up to 4th. Hunter Reynolds jumps out in front of Rick. Going to get pushed further out to the front there. Anthony English in 5th. Nate Warren 6th. Zach Fritch in 7th. Peter DeBorgia in 8th. Steve Rada here in 9th. And Les Levy. Both of those guys swapping positions. Back up to the front, Jeff Crosby Jr. We've got Mark Mann back here in 27th. Adam Schramm a lap down. He is the first truck a lap down, as well as Jeff Crosby Jr., Sean McCara, and Richard Kuhn all a lap down. So we're 3 wide up here, folks. That is Les Levy out here. Now Sanchez going up there, going to get a push by the 62 of Levy. They got 4 trucks on that outside line, so I see them making a decent run up to the front. We are 3 wide. Of course, Talladega is such a big track. 3 wide is not unheard of. Of course, we were at iRacing Superspeedway the other night for Saturday night, I think it was, and we had a 5 wide there, which is easy to do because it is such a big track. 190 mile an hour traffic jam, that's pretty much what it is. I'm not seeing much over 191 is about what I'm seeing. I think I've seen a 193 for a split second. But Josh Ball actually had the fastest last lap. Eric Laurie. Let's see, Andy Brigante. Looks like Andy Brigante had the fastest lap of a 50.07 that last time around. But Hunter Reynolds just back and forth, switching lanes, letting those guys get cooled off. As Anthony English now trying to make a run on that middle line with Zach Rich, Rick Sanchez. They need to get a little closer together on that third lane. As that is Sanchez, Levy, Workman, and Schroeder. But here comes Josh Ball and Andy Brigante coming up behind them. Josh Ball staying out on that third line, getting around that 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Now Josh is going to get right on the bumper of the 19 of Workman, give him a little bump in the corner. Well, that's going to close that gap. Ooh, guys are being a little bit back and forth. Let's look at our pit strategy here. It looks like we've been out here 8 laps, so we're probably going to start seeing some green flag pit stops here in about 3 or 4 laps. As Josh Ball makes a pretty aggressive move out to the outside. Sanchez is right behind the 027 of Steve Korosek. Adam Schramm going up a little high, almost door, and Steven Latrell right there in the middle. And then Steve brought it down on the bottom. But Jeff Crosby Jr. and Hunter Reynolds, you're 1-2. Anthony English still trying to get that run on that middle line. And he does have the 12 of Fritsch right behind him. 85 of Adam Kilday. 87 of Adam Schramm. 36 of Steve Latrell. The 48 of Drew Schroeder. Here we go. Here comes Hunter Reynolds leading this group down pit road. Oh, that's Steve Rada. We got guys spinning back here in the back. It looks like everybody was able to maybe get out of that. I don't see anything with damages. But Hunter Reynolds, Eric Laurie, Peter DeBorgia, Dustin Logston, Bubba Winningham, Jimmy Reynolds, Steve Rada, and Gabe Butler. Now Jeff Crosby Jr. has the lead. Anthony English in second. Zach Rich in third. Everybody is lining up on that bottom line. Here comes that bottom line for the pit stops. Led by Jeff Crosby. Oh, Zach Rich cut the grass. Unfortunately, that's going to be a black flag on him, more than likely for unsafe pit entrance. We'll see how long he sits in the pit box, because he can't serve that right now. I think it's probably going to be a 40-second hold. Unfortunately, with SDK, unlike ATBO, it does not show me the black flag. So, yep, he did. He is holding in the pit box, so he did get that black flag. Now here comes Adam Kilday and this group. Zach Workman, Schroeder, Sanchez, Brigante, Johnson, Levy, Giffen, Korosek, and McNeese. And Dave Hunt, he stayed out. Now these guys are trying to get that are lapped down. The 87 of Adam Schramm trying to get his lap back. So is the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Sean McCarr also a lap down. He is back here with the 3 of Alex Green. It looks like I see some guys coming down pit road, coming off of pit road. But Dave Hunt back here with this group, these lap down trucks, going to run another lap. Dave right now has a 32-second lead on Adam Kilday, but he is back there with his crew. Here comes the 44 of Anthony English. Now that looks like the Zach Workman coming down pit road, as well as Richard Kuhn. Now we got Dave Hunt up here with Adam Schramm and Jeff Crosby Sr. And we're going to see if Sr. drops it down to enter the pits with these guys. No, Dave Hunt's going to stay out for another lap. We are lap 41 of 94, ever so closing on that stage 2 finish. Of course, lap 50 will be the white flag for the stage, and then lap 51 will be the end of stage 2. Jimmy Reynolds down on pit road. As Dave Hunt had a 32-second lead, but Anthony English is closing that gap. And that's definitely not going to help him if he has to pit. So Dave Hunt is staying out another lap. He's been out here 14 laps, so he is probably getting close to bingo fuel, as we used to call it in aviation, where you're almost completely out of fuel. So we'll see what happens if he comes around this time. But Anthony English, they are definitely closing that gap. Looking at the lap times, last lap for Anthony. Oh, Anthony dropping down to the apron. Eric Laurie does fall in behind him. So not sure what was going on there, but this group here, 50-17 for Jeff Crosby Jr. on the last lap. Dave Hunt at a 52-45. But here they come. That's Dave Hunt. That is Adam Schramm and Jeff Crosby Sr. coming down pit road now. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take a look to see if that track temperature has risen any. Yes, it has. It went from around 87 degrees to 108 degrees. So that's why they're having a little bit of entrance issues coming onto pit road. Looking back out here, Peter DeBorgia has taken over the lead. But he is in the middle with Jeff Crosby Jr. on the bottom. And that is the 48 of Andrew Schroeder on the top side with Steve Rada. I believe is who that is in the 03. And Steve is a lap down. He is actually the first truck to lap down, so he's trying to get his lap back the hard way. Schroeder on that third line. Now in the middle, though, you have Peter DeBorgia, Dustin Logston, Nate Warren, Anthony English. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 5 of Rick Sanchez, and the 04 of Mark Mann. And then down on the bottom, you've got the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., the 85 of Adam Kilday, the 1 of Josh Ball, and the 071 of Eric Laurie. Lap 45 of 94. We are 6 laps to the end of stage number 2. Josh Ball, Adam Kilday going up to that second line. Ball down on the bottom with the 071 with Anthony English right there, as well as Nate Warren and Rick Sanchez. Mark Mann back there. Steve Rada looking to drop it down. I don't know if he's trying to help Mark catch up, maybe get Mark in the draft, but keep him from completely losing the draft. Now Hunter Reynolds looking to go to the outside. He's seeing if Andrew Schroeder is going to go with him, and he does. So now we've got those 2 trucks on the outside line. Will somebody else jump out there or jump in front? Peter DeBorgia there in the middle. Dustin Longston as well. But the 2 trucks, even though they're hooked up, just not enough to get around Logston and Rada. There goes the 42 of Peter DeBorgia jumping out in front of Hunter Reynolds. Now we got 3 trucks on the outside, so that line should move a little bit faster now. We get ever so close to the end of stage number 2. Oh, Hunter. It looks like Hunter and Peter got a little bit loose there. But Peter drops it down in front of the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. We got some lap cars up here. That is Zach Workman and Zach Rich. Zach Rich is, I think, a couple laps down maybe. Look, wait till that reloads. I'm looking to see. He is 1 lap down, so. But this lead group, though, consisting of Adam Kilday, Josh Baugh, Peter DeBorgia, Hunter Reynolds, Eric Laurie, Andrew Schroeder, Jeff Crosby Jr., Rick Sanchez, Dustin Longston, Anthony English, Nate Warren, and Mark Mann. That 3rd lane is just not organized. It's not getting enough run. We're looking at 4 wide. Now we're back to 2 side by side. It was almost 4 wide for just a second. Now Adam Kilday and Josh Ball, they are jumping up high. Richard Kuhn is slow. We're going to be wrecking here now, folks. Oh! That's going to bring out our first caution of the night. Richard Kuhn kind of got stuck in no man's land. Let's take a look here. Why is it taking me to the start of the race? I have no idea why that took me to the start of the race. Try it one more time if it does. Well, folks, that is actually going to be the end of stage 2. Let me check my notes. Yes, after lap 46, we have a caution. That will end the stage. It looks like it's going to give the stage win to Adam Kilday. So we will let Adam get done with his pit stop, and it will bring him up to the booth. Everybody is pretty much coming down pit road. All right, Adam is coming off of pit road, so we'll get him, bring him up to the broadcast channel. Adam, awesome job, man. Stage 2 winner. Due to caution coming out late there, I don't know exactly what happened. Looked like maybe a lap car was stuck in no man's land, is what I call it.
Yeah, I kind of saw it last second. There was another slow car in front of the lap cars. I was looking up in my mirror trying to see what I think it was Ball behind me, trying to see what he was doing, and I don't know. I guess all that caused a huge cluster mess. And yeah, caution comes out and get lucky again for another stage.
Well, that's I think looking back though, that was your third stage win of the season. You had the 2 back-to-back stage wins last week, but really, how the track temperature did get a little high. I mean, it has increased, and I noticed some guys was having some issues coming onto pit road. Are you feeling anything there, or is it just them being too quick coming in?
I mean, the humidity seems a bit high, so everyone's burning their stuff up. But no, it's freaking. I think all season I didn't have any stage wins until last week, and we got the 2 last week, and now we got this one tonight. So I don't know. Hopefully we could keep something like this going postseason and
right,
some points or whatever.
Well, you're right there. You're actually sitting at the top of the points list as far as the regular season points. You're right there, I think 85 points above the cut line. So really, you just, in order to make it to the playoffs, you just need to have these last several races of the regular season, just some good finishes, right?
Yeah. This one should turn out to be a good one to the end. So probably get ready to see a cool drag race finish up until then, I would say.
Well, all right, Adam. Congratulations. Good job on the stage. We're going to get you back down to your team. Hopefully we'll catch you at the end of the race, sir.
Will do. You take it easy.
All right. Of course, Adam is part of the Vendetta Motorsports race team. So, well, guys, caution's out. We're going to go ahead and step aside, pay a bill. But we will be right back here shortly.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models, or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, so big shout out to Chevyland for the MaxSpeed TV green flag sponsor. So we're going to head and we're going to get this off now that we got that done. We'll get our vertical ticker back up here, our NASCAR tower as they like to call it. A lap 51 of 94 down, and we will be going back green flag here in just a second. This pace truck will dive off down to pit road. Now Adam is, well, I think Adam is supposed to be your leader, but we'll see. Now the leader has control of the restart as they hit that United Rentals restart zone. That Chevyland green flag will come back out. The flagman has it up, looking up and down the line. And the green flag back out once again, folks. Here we go. Stage 2 completed. Now it's going to be a drag race to the finish. Last looks like 43 laps. It's going to determine who is going to be our winner tonight. We do see just side-by-side restart here. Some good restart going on. Adam Kilday out to the front with Jeff Crosby Jr. Josh Ball to the outside with Schroeder. It looks like Stephen Luttrell up in the mix as well. As the 62 of Les Levy making a move up to that second lane in front of the 13 of Andy Rigante. And, of course, Bubba Winningham. Haven't talked much about Bubba tonight. In that 6th machine, that Chevyland blue Chevy Silverado. Beautiful paint scheme. I love that blue color. That's my favorite color right there, guys. And then we're kind of looking back. Rick Sanchez down here on the bottom with the 44 of Anthony English. Then we're single file back here. That is Steve Rada in the 03. Dave Butler, Mark Mann. Then we got Alex Giffen, Jeff Crosby Sr., Zach Workman, Richard Kuhn right there with them, Peter DeBorgia. Sean McCara is up here, even though Sean is a lap down still. He is up here still racing. And McCara is the first truck a lap down, so if we do get another caution, he's not involved. And of course, Adam Sharma right there as well, trying to get position. And Jimmy Reynolds also up here a lap down. Steve Rada, Zach Rich. Oh, Zach back here by himself. Well, he's trying to gain ground, trying to catch up with Peter DeBorgia. I think Peter may be kind of checking up a little bit. But Zach Rich is part of that Fuel Sim Racing. He is struggling to stay in the draft, though. Back up in the front, Adam Kilday, Josh Ball, Jeff Crosby Jr., Dave Hunt, Doug Johnson down on the inside line on the second lane there. That is Andrew Schroeder, the 36 of Stephen Luttrell, the 13 of Andy Brigante. Of course, the 71 of Sean McCard. Now Jeff Crosby Jr. jumping out to the second lane. Going to try to help that second lane get moving. Josh Ball getting a little bit wiggly there. Or as Josh Medlock likes to call it, squirrely. Ooh, Hunter Reynolds jumping out to that outside line. Schroeder jumping out there. I don't know if he wasn't liking what he was seeing or if he is just trying to get a third lane going. Les Levy was looking at going out there, decided to stay back into that second lane. But here comes that outside line, though. Now Les Levy still peeking out. Now he has nowhere to go, so he is going to be stuck on that third lane. I haven't seen him tonight, Moose Pie, so I have no idea if he is watching and just not commenting. I'm not sure, so. Ooh, we are just door to door. The 85, Adam Kilday, dropping it down to that low line in front of Josh Paul. Kind of watching this third lane to see if they had enough momentum get caught up to that front line. We get the look in here. Let's get on Les Levy. On our drone cam, you can see these guys are just kind of jumping back and forth, side to side there. 13 of Andy Brigante right onto the bumper of the third. Oh, Andy Blinken. That is not good. Stephen Luttrell is on the bumper of the 33, but here comes that outside line. Doing a little bit of side drafting there as the 36. I don't know how he had that room, but the 36 jumped up to that outside line as Adam Kilday jumps back up to the second to close off that gap and to keep from that outside line from really getting a run. They come back through the tri-oval, lap 57 of 94. Picks to start lap 58. Stephen Luttrell does have the lead, not by much, but he does have that lead. And guys, we are 3 wide, 7 rows deep. Adam Kilday dropping it back down to the bottom. Jeff Crosby Jr. getting a run with Andy Brigante in the middle. Les Levy and these guys getting a little bit loose back here. The 03, Steve Rada scraping the wall. Andrew Schroeder jumping down into that second lane. That left the 13 of Andy Brigante kind of out there by himself. At Les Levy, he was looking at going to that middle line, jumped it back out to the third lane, 3 wide right here. with Hunter Reynolds in the middle. We've got guys just back and forth. We're looking at 3 wide there. Jeff Crosby Jr. dropping it down to the middle. Here comes Adam Kilday, going to give Crosby Jr. a shot. Push him back out to the front, but that second lane is closing the door. Sean McCara out there. Now, Sean McCara is the first truck to lap down, so he is trying to get back on the lead lap here. He'll be in good shape if something happens behind him. Now we've got the 15. He is going to drop down to the apron and just let the field go by because he does not have enough speed. That is Jeff Crosby Sr. He is going to stay down below the apron, just let the field go by, not to cause anything. And now that he is clear, he is coming back up on the racing surface. So great give and take there by the 15 and the rest of the field. Lap 61 in the books. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and step aside for just a second, give my voice a break. But we're going to do a little bit of crank it up here for you guys tonight here at Talladega with the OP Racing Premier Series presented by Buttkicker. Hang tight. We will be right back. All right, folks, we are back. Looks like we got some more green flag pit stops going on. Had to step away for just a second, so appreciate. Got a new person out there, Dobie Caldwell, rooting on at Rick Sanchez. Dobie, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Glad to have you here. There is Mr. David Casper showing up. How are you doing, David? So we are looking now. Here comes the rest of the field. Seeing some guys here, hopefully getting it shut down. So Adam Kilday, Josh Ball, Dave Hunt, Les Levy, Alex Giffen, Hunter Reynolds, Zach Workman, Doug Johnson, Eric Laurie, Andrew Schroeder, Stephen Luttrell, Andy Brigante, Bubba Winningham, Dave Hunt, Gabe Butler, Mark Mann, Lynn McNeese, Adam Schramm, Jimmy Reynolds, Sean McCara. Oh, Sean. I don't know what happened there. Let's see if we could do a live rewind here. Did he get tagged coming down pit road? Oh, he just locked it up, spun himself into that inside wall. Here comes the other group of Nate Warren, Dustin Loxton, Peter DeBorgia, Rick Sanchez, Alex Green, and Anthony English. Looks like Mann is out here with Doug Johnson. Right now, Adam Kilday sitting in 7th. He is going to take over the lead as he is going to pass these guys that are coming off of pit road. Again, that's definitely going to spread the field out some more. Now they will get bunched back up, but with only 2 trucks. Don't know if they're going to have enough. They are opening. They are back. They are at full speed. Good deal, David. Glad everything is good. Guess you're not out chasing any storms tonight, so that's always a good thing. Yeah, the Rick Sanchez pack is growing as a caution finally comes out. That was on Alex Giffen, it looked like. Let's see if we can take a look here. Right there, Alex Giffen was coming down, and we were just talking about him. Looked like he was not clear. Let's go to a far chase here. Alex is coming down, and right there just was not quite clear. Sanchez was there. Schroeder got into the back of Sanchez and helped push him down. Well, that's going to bring out, well, actually, it'll be on our second caution due to an accident. Yeah, I agree. He just was not quite clear. So we're going to go back live here. Adam Kilday, your leader. Josh Ball in 2nd. Nate Warren 3rd. Peter DeBorgia in 4th. Jeff Crosby Jr. rounding out your top 5. Well, normally I pick somebody, but I'm going to let the fans out there. Y'all pick me out a driver you want me to interview. We'll bring them up here to the booth and have a little visit with them. Y'all don't want that broadcaster's curse to get on anybody. I understand. I totally get it. Okay, we could do that. Let's find Mr. Steve Rada here. He is down on pit road. We'll wait till he gets moving here. See if we can talk to Steve. Now, Steve is part of that Nerd Esports. Like he may be trying to get some damage fixed, so we'll go ahead and see if we can visit with Steve here real quick. Steve Ryder, Steve Lane up in the booth, buddy. You are our viewer's choice of interview right now, bud. Looks like you're getting some damage fixed. Everything okay?
Yeah, I got some wheel damage. Me and the 88 got into the wall, and that just gave some damage to the car.
Oh, so how much damage? How much time are you think you're going to be in the box?
I got about 4 minutes optional, so I think I can get back out there.
Well, I know we haven't really talked to you much, Steve, throughout the season, but you know, you got one fan out there that was rooting you on Curryberry. That was the first person that chimed up, wanted me to interview you. So overall, though, this has been a great race.
Yes.
So what are you feeling out there with these trucks, and how's the racing been around you?
Racing's been good. Just gotta stay clean, watch out for everyone, and right now it's just to focus on staying clean enough, hope for a caution, and try to get my lap back.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck out there, Steve. It's good to talk to you, my friend, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you soon.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll get him back down to the Nerd Esports room. 25 laps to go. Adam Kilday going to be your leader. Nate Warren in second. Peter DeBorgia third. Jeff Crosby Jr. in fourth. Dustin Lawson around in your top 10. Well, hang tight. We're going to step aside real quick, but we will be right back. Or ChevyLand.com.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models, or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at ChevyLand.com.
All right, we are back as we are coming down to turns 3 and 4. I was just, that's me what I was doing, was just getting a viewer's choice in there. And, of course, Curryberry was the first one. And, Curry, I did not see your comment until after I'd already sent him back down there. I do apologize. But Belva says we are the Rat Pack. Yeah. Oh, Rick Sanchez. Yeah, Rick's a good dude. I've always enjoyed running with him and getting to visit with him after the races and even sometimes during the race. I know the broadcaster state curse is just it just happens. So it always seems to happen after we interview somebody. As we get to that United Rentals restart zone, that Chevyland green flag back out. 25 laps to go here, folks. Get to the end. Of course, these guys have just pitted, so we probably start seeing some green flag pit stops somewhere around probably 14 to go or so. You know, I don't think I've ever played NASCAR on Xbox. I think I had NASCAR Heat on my PC, but I don't think I've ever played it on Xbox. The Adam Kilday, your leader, got the 42 of Peter DeBorgia right there behind him, and on that outside line, Nate Warren there with Jeff Crosby Jr. Looks like the 19 of Zach Norman John Ball as well. Dustin locks it down on the inside with the 62 of Les Levy and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Of course, the 84 of Lynn McNeese looks like he is right there in the mix as well. Now we're looking at 3 wide again back here with Andrew Schroeder. That is Andrew Schroeder. Looks like Anthony English. No, that is the 3 of Alex Green. Now, Anthony and Alex are running the same style paint. As we get on a chase view, I'll show you here. So this is Alex's 3 Fox Racing Traxxas multi-cam truck. And if we get up here on, where is he at? Anthony English. You know, same paint scheme. And I want to say that Alex Green and Anthony, Adam, Mark Mann, and Rick Sanchez all on the same team. As we are looking here, that is a team vendetta, so we'll take a look at that real quick. Yes, Alex Green, Mark Mann, Rick Sanchez, Adam Kilday, Rich Seabrands, Anthony James Mayer, all on the same team. I don't see Seabrands out there tonight, so we are 21 laps to go. Again, some really good racing out here tonight with these guys. Of course, this is the Premier League, so these are guys that are established in OP. Started out, most of these guys probably started out on the Unlimited Buttkicker Unlimited Series on Saturday. Race on Thursdays for the throwback, and the Wednesday for the Grand National. Of course, our friends at Nerditudes broadcast the Wednesday night OP, the Grand National Series, which I will probably run this week. Vince, I don't have anything planned. We'll see what happens, though. So 42 of Peter Fortune out on that outside line, trying to get something going out there as the 36 of Stephen Latrell. Ooh, got pushed up. Now that's going to let him, Andrew Schroeder going to let him drop back down. Well, they are really snaky, just side to side throughout these top, this field out to the front, 3 wide. Ooh, Schroeder and Latrell almost dooring the Borgia and the 19 of Workman. Did a good job of staying off of them. We will be at 19 to go when we cross the line here, folks. Again, I expect to start seeing some pit stops here within around 14 to go. Yeah, Everett, that got sketchy quick. But we are pretty much, we're 3 wide all the way back through. Andrew Schroeder trying to make a move to the outside. We're 4 wide here, folks. Schroeder staying up by the wall. And he is going to drop it back down. What a man, that had to be nerve-wracking for those guys too. Steve Rada drops it down to the low line to get around Andrew. Now Steve is a lap down, so he is the first truck a lap down. Rich is 2 laps down. Oh, Sean McCara has taken his truck behind the wall. So we are down to 30 drivers, folks. We are still a 3 wide right here. That is Hunter Reynolds, Stephen Latrell, Alex Green. Now the 19 of Workman jumping out. Oh, easy, fellas. Woo, what a save. What a recovery by the 19. I don't think that was really planned, but Bubba Winningham, he is getting in the mix. pushing Peter DeBorgia. Wow, Workman, 2-lane switch all the way to the bottom from that third lane. Now, I agree. But we are 3 wide with Stephen Luttrell, Alex Green, Mark Mann, Andrew Schroeder out on that outside line, trying to get that third lane to go. Just not enough momentum. Looks like Steve Rodden wasn't really particularly thrilled about the 4 wide situation, so he has dropped back towards the back. Rick Sanchez right there with Adam Schramm. Gabe Butler, trying to see, that is the 071 of Eric Laurie right there behind Sanchez. Sanchez currently back here in 22nd. Trying to look at my gains here. Looks like our biggest mover right now is the 04 of Mark Mann, up 21 spots. As he is on that outside line with Alex Green and Steve Luttrell. Going to have the 48 joining them out there. But that third lane is just not quite as organized as the lower, especially that lower lane, as Zach Fritsch drops it down. Now Zach is a lap down, or 2 laps down. He is up here trying to stay from going 3 laps down. And at the time of the screen as we're looking here. So Fritsch is a lap down, so he's just trying to keep from going 2 laps down. Of course, that black flag for the unsafe. Oh, bad, almost a bad push there by the 19 on the 12. Great recovery by these guys. Again, we are 3 wide all the way back, 3 rows deep here, as Peter DeBorgia has the middle. Now Fritsch going down to pit road. Looks like he has got Adam Schramm going with him, and the 47 of Richard Kuhn down on pit road, as we are back up here again. I called it. About 14 to go, I was thinking we were going to see some green flag pit stops. Now these guys are probably trying to jockey for position to make their pit stop. That outside line is getting a little bit sketchy. Those 3 trucks out there with Luttrell, Green, and Schroeder. Zach Workman, your leader. Peter DeBorgia in 2nd. Jeff Crosby Jr. 3rd. Hunter Reynolds in 4th. Stephen Luttrell right now in 5th. We're going to see if anybody goes down pit road this time by. They do not. I'm not seeing anybody coming down pit road. So Stephen Luttrell getting pushed out on that 3rd lane. He is going to drop it down to the 2nd. Thought about going down to the 1st, but Zach Workman closed that door on him. Steven now getting pushed by the 42 of Peter DeBorgia. Oh, he got him loose. That's going to cause a big one. Oh, the 19 hard into the outside wall. That's going to bring a caution. Several cars involved. Let's take a look here. Let's go on our chase view here. It took me to Dustin Logston, but it actually happened up here with Luttrell and DeBorgia. Let me back this up just a little bit more. Peter DeBorgia is right on the bumper of Luttrell. I mean, hitting him pretty square right there. And then Peter just kind of drifts up a little bit and slides up to that outside, comes back down, and that hooked Steven. And Steven taps the wall. It gets into Alex Green. and then right back down into Peter, the 19 of Workman, almost up on his side. And then Zach goes hard into that outside wall. But unfortunately, Josh Ball getting involved. Korsek down on the apron. Andrew Schroeder, does he get it stopped in time or out of the way? He does. The 13 of Brigante has it locked down. Alex Green down to the inside. Anthony English, he drops down to the apron as Josh Ball hits hard on that inside retaining wall. I don't see anybody else. A lot of guys. Oh, Mark Mann. What happened to Mark? Did he get tagged, or did he just lock it up and get sideways? I'm going to rewind this here a little bit. Oh, there's another big shot right there. As these guys back here, Mark was right there. So he got caught up in the initial. He gets into the back of Green, comes down. The 85 of Kilday right into the back of Mark. Mark into the back of Hunter. And Dustin Logston right into the side. Bubba Winningham, we see him getting spun around there as well. Bubba taps the outside wall. Man, several trucks involved, guys, as we are back live. Adam Schramm currently your leader. Stephen Luttrell in a second. Jeff Crosby Jr. third. Peter DeBorgia fourth. Adam Kilday in a fifth. Yeah, I think if you have, you know, a lot of these guys I don't think have used them. So, you know, they got one in the bank. Then now would be the time to use it. Unless they want to try to just get some fixed and wait for the next big one to happen. But Hunter Reynolds still down on pit road. Rick Sanchez coming off. Bubba Winningham coming off of pit road. Alex Green down on pit road. Zach Fritsch coming off. Steve Rada still down on pit road as well. Well, don't forget, guys, Thursday night, we will be back live. We'll be off Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday night, the OP Throwback Series right here on MaxSpeed TV. Myself, and we may have Mike Taldo in the booth with me. We don't know yet, depending on if he's having to work or not. But also, don't forget Josh and Jeremy, JM Squared, will be broadcasting as well for the Josh White Racing eSports Series. Or, I'm sorry, that's not correct. That is the J&K, or not. Taldo will be racing, so, but Thursday is the J&K Services Truck Series. I do apologize about that. I need to get that wrote down and put up here somewhere. But 31 viewers, so we got a great turnout tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I know these guys out there on the track will go back and see this. And, of course, they appreciate you guys tuning in and getting involved and chatting it up out there, rooting them on. Of course, I always enjoyed it when, you know, I had fans rooting me on as well. So, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. These guys appreciate it as well. Yep, like Everett says, don't forget to lick that like button. So, well, I hope that we finish this out, these last 10 laps green. That is only our third caution of the night, though, other than the stage breaks. So not bad racing for tonight. 10 laps to go as the pace truck dies off down to pit road. These trucks will hit that United Rentals restart zone. A Chevy Land green flag in the flagman's hand. He is looking up. They are stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Back green. Here we go, folks. 10 laps to go. Be 9 to go at the line. Be a 9-lap shootout. You know, I hear you, and you're probably right. We see some side drafting going on right now with the 87 and the 36. Now the 36 getting pushed out to the front by the 42 of Peter DeBorgia. The 36 drops it down in front of the 87. 87 right on his bumper. We're back 3 wide back here. That is Anthony English. Taking it 3 wide back here with 88 of Gabe Butler, the 1 of Josh Ball. The 027 going to pop out there as well as Andy Brigante. Staying down on that second lane. Steve Korosek almost looked like he was trying to keep that third lane performing, but ends up going out there anyway. Getting pushed by the 44 of Anthony English. Brigante looking to peek outside. Decides against it. Stays down in the second lane. These guys are just back and forth. This is making me nervous. Right now, Stephen Luttrell going to be your leader with 8 laps to go. And we are 3 wide throughout the field. I'm not even going to try to count how many trucks we have 3 wide. But it's pretty much the whole field. Just the back several cars are trying not to get involved in anything. Oh, the 87 Schramm blinking ends up getting turned. That's going to bring out another caution. We're going to take a look. You'll see him right there. That was the first blink, where he blinks out right there, comes back. I need to get back up to, and then right there he just gets, when he comes back, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Let's go into our helmet cam. We'll see him blink out, and then when he comes back, that is just internet issues and caused that. Unfortunately, that's going to bring out a caution. As we go back live, Stephen Luttrell, your leader. Steve Korosek in second. Jeff Crosby Jr. third. Peter DeBorgia fourth. Anthony English in fifth. Kilday, Workman, Butler, Warren, and Brigante, your top 10. And then 11 through 15 is Ball, Schroeder, Hunt, Sanchez, and Crosby Sr. 16 through 20 is McNeese, Mann, Winningham, Johnson, and Green. Mr. Les Levy right there. Alex Giffen, Jimmy Reynolds, Eric Laurie, Hunter Reynolds, Dustin Lawson, Zach Fritsch, Steve Rada. Of course, Adam Schramm, looks like he has taken his car behind the wall. Richard Kuhn in 30th, and Sean McCara, unfortunately, out of the race. Well, we have 6 to go. We'll see what happens. I didn't see anybody coming down pit road, so of course they've only been out here just a couple of laps. We will be 5 to go. Lights on the pace car or pace truck are still on. We are going to step aside. We will be back in just a minute.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
Well, as we get back, these guys should start lighting up side by side. The lights on the pace truck should go out. This will be if we get to the regulation here. We'll see what they do. If the watching the pace truck, see if the lights do go out. If they do, they will be going side by side, and it'll be 4 laps to go. So this will actually be a regulation GWC. Yeah, they are down on the apron trying to save fuel, but now that the lights on the pace truck are out, I don't think the rules allow them to go down there anymore. They have to be above that double yellow now. So yeah, he is, and you know, we talked about that last night, Mike. You know, that if he is anywhere around that front, he is a contender to win the race. Well, I say regulation GWC, it'll actually be a 4-lap shootout. Now, I'm just going to say this. Looking at our standings, we've got Latrell Corsick Crosby Jr. all winners this season. Kilday without a win. DeBorgia without a win on the season. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if we have a repeat second winner, or are we going to get one of these guys that haven't had a win on the season run up through the field and take the checkered as the pace truck dies off down to pit road. The Chevyland green flag is up in the air. We get to the United Rentals restart zone. Chevyland green flag out once again. Here we go. 4v3 to go at the line. That's the 027 of course that gets a good jump out to the front with Peter DeBorgia. Stephen Latrell down at the bottom with the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Kind of looking to see. I seen one truck moving to the outside of Dustin Logston. He drops it back down. Eddie Brigante moving to the outside. And we're wrecking. That's caught. Oh, this is a big one, folks. Looked like Bubba Winningham, Mark Mann, all involved. Jimmy Reynolds getting a piece of it. Rick Sanchez he is towing to the pits. Andrew Schroeder getting a piece of it as well. Let's take a look here and see where this kind of started at. Actually, looks like it kind of started right there on Schroeder. Let's go to a chase view here. Let's see if we can see what happened. As we see Rick Sanchez moving to the outside. So does Brigante. It looked like Josh Ball. Oh, Schroeder. It looked like he was coming. Yeah, he was coming down. Doors the one a ball. Barely, I mean, just a little bit of a gap there. Comes up. And really nowhere for Rick to go. And just right into Schroeder twice. And then Mark Mann getting a piece of it. Crosby Sr. right into the back of Mark. That is the 83 of Doug Johnson. Alex Green going down. Does he miss it? He does. So does the 99 of Alex Giffen. Locks into the high side. Eric Laurie. Oh, Doug Johnson sliding back up the track. Great move by Eric, but he gets loose. Great save by Laurie. Fritsch gets around it. Hunter Reynolds gets by, and Steve Rada, he gets it shut down. But unfortunately, Bubba Winningham, he's getting caught up in it as well. So, well, guys, that'll bring out our first GWC attempt. Now, I don't know how much fuel that they're going to have. If they're going to have enough to do a GWC. Level 100 record. Well, yeah, he had it shut down. But Stephen Luttrell, Jeff Crosby Jr., Steve Korosek, Anthony English, Peter DeBorgia, your top 5. Looks like Jimmy Reynolds is still down pit road. Rick Sanchez has taken his truck behind the wall tonight. His night ending early. Unfortunate. As well as Sean McCara. GWC temp number 1 coming up here, folks. Definitely glad to see everybody out there tonight. Yeah, like I said, Grover called that one. Again, unfortunate for that 5 machine. He was running really well tonight. And unfortunately, that ended his night early. Well, we've got 2 GWC attempts, so if they don't make it on this one, they'll have 1 more, and then if there's another caution, it'll be your top 3 at the time of the caution. So Let me get my pen and paper ready just in case. Right now, Latrell, Crosby, and English, of course, second kill day, your top 5. Of course, Latrell, Crosby, Coruscant, English all have wins, or does English have a win this season? No, he does not, because he's a part-timer, so he hasn't raced a whole lot. A truck dives off down to the safety of pit roads. We get to the United Rentals restart zone. The Chevyland green flag up in the air. When they hit that restart zone, that Chevyland green flag will be flying. Here we go. It is out. We are back green. GWC attempt number 1 is Latrell and Coruscant gets a good start. But the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. and Anthony English right there. They got to make it around one more time as we come out of turn 2. To the back stretch, Latrell out there. Crosby Jr. second, Coruscant third, Anthony English in 4th. Here we go. We are trying to go 3 wide. That is Gabe Butler out to the outside, 3 wide with, well, he was with Andy Brigante. Now he's kind of stuck out there by himself, but he does have help coming. But what a run that inside line is got with Stephen Latrell, Steve Coruscant, Zach Workman. They kind of leave Stephen Latrell hanging out, but here comes Josh Ball. Going to give Latrell a shove. Of course, they're going to be out there by himself. And we're 4 wide. Anthony English in the middle. Oh, we're wrecking, but it doesn't matter. It's white flag as we are on the last lap. Looks like the 83 of Johnson, the 13 of Brigante. We've seen them in the background. Peter DeBorgia, Anthony English, Alex Green, Dustin Loxton, all involved. Right now, though, your leader, Stephen Latrell, Josh Ball in second, and Crosby Sr. in 3rd. Now it's going to be a drag race as we come out of turn number 4. Coming to the tri-oval, Latrell is going to try to make that truck 3 lanes wide. Ball in second. Eric Laurie in 3rd. We come to the line. Crosby Sr. going to get the 3rd place. Latrell in 1st, Josh Ball 2nd, and Jeff Crosby Sr. in 3rd. Wow, what a finish. Hang tight, guys. We're going to go ahead and let them run this out and make sure these guys stay in their trucks, but we will be right back. Okay, folks, we have caught up with our top 3 as we see Mr. Latrell burning it up. Our repeat winner, first repeat winner of the season. So we're going to go ahead and start with our 3rd place finisher. which is going to be Jeff Crosby Sr. So we'll get him up here to the broadcast booth. Well, Jeff, man, what a race, what a night. I think you were a lap down there for a little while, got your lap back, right place at the right time for the finish. I know that wreck was happening, I think, right there in front of you. What were you seeing? And walk me through that last couple of corners there.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while. It was crazy out there today. Yeah, I was a lap down and just tried to stay out of trouble. Never did use my fast repair, and just was hoping to be up front at the end, and got lucky. I was up there and missed everything.
Well, we were talking about this just up there. Great race really tonight. I think we had 4 or 5. I think it was 4 actual cautions, and then 2 with the stages, which was really good. I mean, you guys have really kind of stepped up your game over the last several weeks, and racing's been cleaner, and there's been a lot of give and take here lately.
Yeah, I feel like there is. You know how it is, beginning of the season, everybody's antsy, but toward the middle and end, everybody starts settling into it, and a little respect comes around, and it all comes together.
Well, I know you haven't had the best of seasons, but man, you got a top 3 podium finish tonight. Good points night for you as well, and that's got to be a little bit of a relief knowing that you're finishing up there. Yeah, I mean, it's been great with the win, but at the same time, just knowing that you're finished in the top 5, getting some points for yourself and for your team. What do you got to do? I mean, how do you carry this into next week, man?
I'm in it for the fun. I mean, I could care less if I win or not. I mean, I want to win, of course, but if I don't win, it's okay. I always try to, finish on the lead lap and, just try to stay clean. I hate it when I wreck somebody. And, I mean, going forward, I'll just do what I did tonight. Just try to stay out of trouble. And if I get a lap down, just stay patient and try to put myself in position to win one.
Well, awesome job, Jeff. I know it's got to be fun to be out there with your son and racing it up out here. So awesome job, man. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
I just thank all the admins at OP, and thank you guys for broadcasting. And, it's just a lot of fun. I always watch it the day after. I get a good laugh out of it. And, just enjoy doing this with my son, and it's a good time. It's a good time. He got me into it, and I'm glad I did.
Well, I'm trying to find out. You're on what team are you on?
I just switched. Nerditudes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You're on the Nerditudes now. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot the name of them.
Well, awesome job, buddy. Go celebrate. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put you back down in y'all's room, and then I know y'all got the post-race campfire, but good job, buddy. Congratulations on your P3 tonight, and we will see you, sir, next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to bring us to Mr. Josh Ball. We'll get him into the broadcast booth, and we'll get this switched over. Josh, P2 for you tonight. Man, awesome. It was actually a really good race. I think like I said, we were talking about this in the other room. Now I'm just trying to find there you are. You're on Team No Presta. I didn't see Vicente out there tonight, so I don't know if he had something going on, but awesome job by you getting that P2. Good points night for you and for your team. Again, overall racing tonight was really good.
Yeah, it was real good. I mean, obviously Talladega is different than Daytona, so the 3 wide here is a lot easier. So, I think that's why we didn't see as many cautions. But good overall racing. Yeah, we had some trouble towards the mid race. We almost were in a wreck, but weren't. Fell to the back, and then towards the end there, I had to take a fast repair, just slam the inside wall on that big wreck on the back stretch, but somehow I was able to get back up to Luttrell there on the second to last restart, or the last restart. coming to the white flag, the seas parted, and he was bottom by himself. And I told him to hold on because I wasn't lifting, and we started going, and Jeff got right up behind us, and I didn't lift until we got to the line, and it was overheating 290, but I told Luttrell I'm not trying to go around you. I'll just stay here, but I had to turn him a little bit there at the end just for ha-has.
Well, actually, I was just looking at that. So, great team points for you tonight. You got the win with Luttrell, and then you and P2. As a team and as a driver, what are you guys gonna do to carry that momentum into next week? I mean, we got 3 races left, but everybody is vying for that win.
Yeah, we really needed to get Vince a win tonight, but he was on vacation, so unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. And then Adam was up there, but he had some internet problem there with 10 to go or something like that, and ended up flipping in half on the toe. So yeah, I mean, try to get those guys a win, and then just see what we can do once the playoffs hit.
Well, I think that is Vicente T-Bone BL out there in our chat. Somebody's out there saying no presta, so I'm assuming that's probably him. So, but awesome job, man! And like I said, it was a great race to call. I mean, the green flag pit stops. People were getting a little bit squirrely, a little bit loose coming into the pits, and I was figuring that was because of the humidity levels and the track temperature rising. What was you feeling as far as pit entrance and your pit box?
Well, that was me on a couple of them, and that was just me trying to get as much as I could, and I was sideways half the time. But yeah, I mean, it was warm. The biggest time I felt it was when I didn't have somebody right behind me. Otherwise, it felt pretty good, but it just wouldn't suck up sometimes. And but otherwise, I thought it was a great race. Good setup there.
Yeah, overall good races. Your teammate is up there trying to damage the rest of your truck. I guess payback for that little hook there at the end. But awesome job, Josh. And I'm going to turn the mic over to you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate?
Yeah, obviously you, Steven, for doing the broadcast for us. Everybody that puts on the league, and the team out there tonight did a good job, and appreciate it. Good luck, Vince. Have some Budweisers on us if you're Josh.
Well, he's doing that, Josh. So, well, congratulations, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and send you down to the post-race campfire, so I know you guys will be looking at everything here tonight. So, awesome job, buddy. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week, sir.
Thanks.
All right, we'll get him down there to the post race, and we will go ahead while I get everything else done. We'll bring this guy up to the booth. Well, Steven, buddy, I'm just going to say this. You are the first repeat winner of this season for Monday night.
Well, that's not surprising, now is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, you haven't you haven't had the greatest of seasons. I mean, even William is out there, man. He's been wrecked so many times of the win, too many times. So, a lot of that is hard racing. Maybe guys being a little too aggressive, but man, you've done great tonight. You were up front, you fell back, you were actually started back in P19 tonight, and P17, and made it all the way back up. 19th. You were up 18 spots. So awesome job, man. How was the race for you tonight?
That was a fun one. A lot of green flag racing, clean racing, good racing. It's just every time I get out front, I just wait for when I'm gonna get turned. I know nobody's doing it on purpose. I'm not saying any of that. It just always seems to happen. I get out front and I'm gonna get turned, but not always, and it can put you in victory lane. Like here, this is fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, there for a while, your team, No Presta, had the top 3 spots. Ball and Schramm, and then Schramm looked like he had some internet issues, blinked out, and next thing you know, he is up in the air. but unfortunately that put him back there in 29th. I think he ended up maybe parking it. But really, 1-2 for Team No Presta. Great points night for you guys. Of course, another win on the season for you. You're locked into the playoffs. So, again, even though you had the first win, that second win and ensuring that you're locked in has really got to relieve a lot of pressure off of you.
It does. I knew I was locked in with the first one, but hey, why not have two, and just double check and make sure. But yeah, we were really trying to help Adam and get him up here and get him a win so we could lock him in too. And I saw in my mirror that he just disappeared, and then he was upside down in my mirror.
Oh,
I knew it was over there. But yeah, I can't thank the team enough. Everybody went up to the outside, going down, taking the white flag, and Josh just come up behind me and said, "Hang on," and just absolutely nailed me and kept us up there. And luckily, we were able to finish 1-2. I'm really happy about that. That's a good points night for the team.
Yeah, of course, you had some fan club out there, William, Lorna. I think there was somebody else out there rooting you on as well. I'm trying to go back through my chat here to see if there was somebody else. I think there was one other person I thought that I seen. But, at least you had your fan club out there rooting you on tonight. Your two biggest ones, though, William and Lorna. So... they're here every week watching you, rooting you on. So,
yeah, that's my mom and dad. They watch every lap, everything if I run and it's broadcast, they're gonna watch it, and it's so much fun to be able to do this again. We used to drive. I used to race a real stock car, and we can't do that anymore. So we're doing this, and they get to watch it this way. And virtual, it can be just as fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have. Cut my teeth on dirt track racing. I had a factory stock that I ran for a little while, and it is fun to be out there, but it's also very expensive. It doesn't matter which class you're in anymore. But, well, man, awesome job tonight. Great win. Our first repeat winner. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate your victory tonight?
You've put on this broadcast. You put on a great broadcast. I really like it. It's a lot of fun to go back and watch it again. My teammates, Josh and Adam tonight, wish Vince could be here. Kenny didn't make it either, but especially Josh for the big push. That was amazing. My parents, mom, dad, my wife, my kids, and my grandson Mason. I hope he's watching. Got another win.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate. I'm going to get you down to the post-race campfire. And, well, I don't know if you're going to run Wednesday night. I may, like I said, I don't have anything planned this Wednesday, so I may join you guys for the Wednesday night race.
All right. Well, it'll be fun to have you in there.
All right, buddy. Go celebrate, man. We will catch you later.
All right. Thank you much.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. We are going to go ahead and show you guys the unofficial results. This is pending any admin stuff. They are going to be down there in the post-race campfire getting ready to look at everything. So, we don't want the grid. I want the results. Here we go. OP Racing Premier Series results. Your winner tonight, Stephen Luttrell. Josh Ball in second. Jeff Crosby Sr. in third. Eric Laurie in fourth. Nate Warren in fifth. Jeff Crosby Jr. sixth. Steve Korsak in seventh. Gabe Butler finishing eighth. Jimmy Reynolds ninth. Hunter Reynolds in 10th. Les Levy in 11th. Bubba Winningham 12th. Dave Hunt 13th. Andrew Schroeder 14th. Steve Rada in 15th. Lynn McNeese in 16th. And 17th was Mr. Mark Mann. Zach Workman in 18th. Adam Kilday 19th. Oh, let me get this switched over. Alex Green in 20th. 21st, Andy Brigante. 22nd, Anthony English. Anthony was up there, got caught up in that last wreck. Peter DeBorgia 23rd, Alex Giffen 24th, Doug Johnson 25th, Zach Fritch in 26th, Dustin Loxton 27th, Richard Kuhn 28th, Adam Schramm 29th, Rick Sanchez in 30th, and Sean McCara in 31st. Well, that's going to round out our field tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. T-Bone, I believe that is, again, I believe that's Vicente. Vicente, have fun on your vacation, buddy. William and Lorna Luttrell, Everett Grover, Everett Baker, Mike Taldo out there. Let me see if I'm missing any. I know I seen Belva's name out there as well. Curry Burry, Netsby, Moose Pie, David Casper as well out there in a chat. Let's see. Dobie Caldwell, rooting on Rick Sanchez as well. Jeff Brown, Jeremy Medlock. Let's see, am I missing anybody? Brendan Kennedy as well. Rick Sanchez popped in here for just a minute. And Logan Detweiler. It's good to see Logan out there. Appreciate. And then, of course, I can't forget my nephew, Dylan Lane, tuning in as well. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Appreciate all the support you guys give to MaxSpeed TV. And, again, don't forget, we will be back Thursday, double broadcast, the J&K Services Truck Series with JM Squared, Josh and Jeremy Medlock. And then I will be covering the Thursday night throwback series right here on MaxSpeed TV. Again, folks, please tune in if you can. Go to both broadcasts, pull them both up, and give Jeremy and Josh some love as well. But that's going to do it for us here tonight on MaxSpeed TV. Stephen Lane up here in the booth. Glad everybody tuned in. I hope everybody has a great night. And until Thursday, please be safe. And we will see you guys on the next one.